And we are finally back with a video of the London, as we will be taking a look of your counterpart, which is the Exeter, and the London, and we will be talking differences and which one do I think is better. I don't own the Exeter, but a lot of people say the Exeter is better. But we will be purely taking a look at stats for now, stats, my loadout, and stuff like that. And then in the gameplay, we will talk about the strengths of the London and what type of player should buy it. Is it worth buying? And what is the best tier 5 option for heavy cruiser players? For premium ships, that is. So we will jump straight into it. So the tier 5 premium British heavy cruiser, the London. And I... whoops. Alright, here we go. Loadout. Aiming systems mod 1. And steering gears mod 2. Aiming systems mod 1 is basically the only given option. I mean, you could go AA, but there's not a lot of carriers that are tier 5 quite yet. Steering gears mod 2 is very nice. You do get the increased rudder shift. So here's the loadout. You get a damage con, and you get the increased British heal, which is super nice. And you do get the 3-minute sonar duration. And you also get the American duration smokescreen. And I'm running the Stellar Clash participant flag. If you guys are wondering how to get flags, you basically just gotta participate in events, become a CC, you get the community contributor flag, and also you can get some of the campaigns, like this. Yahagi came with a flag, and the Massachusetts also came with a flag. I'm running the London permanent camo. Now we will talk about stats. Hit points, 34,600 hit points. The highest at the tier for heavy cruisers, besides graph speed. But graph speed does not count as a heavy cruiser, because we will not be counting that to the video. Because we will be taking a look at British heavy cruisers, and not just in general heavy cruisers. So if you guys are interested in adding the graph speed, maybe we might do one down the line including graph speed, but graph speed will not be included in this video. Armor is 13 to 144 millimeters, and your torpedo reduction is a horrendous 4%. Your artillery is 203 millimeters and 4x2. Your firing range is 16 kilometers, reload 15 seconds, turn time 22.5 seconds. Your HE alpha damage is 2850 with a 17.5 chance of setting fire, which is very nice. And your AP alpha damage is 4778. Secondaries, you can read that yourself. It's just a cruiser, so there's nothing too incredible other than the reload. But a meme secondary build is possible. Torpedoes, 2x4, 533 millimeters with a reload of 106 seconds. The worst at the tier for cruisers. Turn time is 6 seconds, very nice. Maximum damage is 15,733. Torpedo detectability range by sea is at 1.2, which is the best out of the Exeter in London. And torpedo range is 7 kilometers with a base torpedo speed of 59 knots. AA defense is a very nice 20 millimeters Orbillican Mark 4 15x1 20 millimeter guns, or AA mounts, sorry. Your average damage per second is 54 with a fire range of 2 kilometers. Your 40 millimeters / 39 QF Mark 8 is 2x8 40 millimeter guns with a firing range of 2.5 kilometers. And then you have the 102 / 45 QF Mark X1X 4x2 102 millimeter guns with an average AA damage of 72 per second, which is insane. And you have a firing range of 5 kilometers. That is incredibly good AA for tier 5. Maximum speed is 32.6 knots. You can increase that with commander abilities. Your turning circle radius is 710, and your rudder shift is 6.3, and your concealment is 10.6 by sea, 6.7 by air, and detectability while firing at smoke, which you will use a lot, especially later in the game, is 6.1. So very good stats to keep in mind. And if you guys ever forget, a cool hack is in the middle of a match. If you're wondering what your detectability is, press options. Right there, it will tell you all these stats right there and then. And your armor is 16 millimeters of bow and aft, 13 millimeters throughout the entire superstructure. Your turret armor is 25 millimeters. Could be better, could be worse. And your 19 millimeters of side plating, which I don't believe can bounce any, you can't really bounce any, battleship caliber guns at tier 5, 6, or 4. Which kind of sucks. And your citadel is pretty high above the waterline. So if you guys want help, the citadel is located almost exactly midship. If you see that wave right there, if you see like this wave in the camo, just aim directly at that, as pretty much you'll hit the citadel regardless. So that's pretty much the armor. Your overview is that it can be sequential torps. Torpedoes can be launched one by one. It's a British ship, of course it is. Big guns. This ship is armed with high caliber main battery guns. Very nice. 203s. And your greater heal repair party restores severe damage, which is not what it says here. It says partially restores the ship's AP by repairing any light damage, which is your base repair party. But that's good to hear that Wargaming is saying that. Although I will say that you do have a insane HP recovery of 20 seconds, and an average your HP per second is 553. So very nice. Of course, it's a British heal, so that's expected. And your standard repair party, if you guys were wondering, 10% heal, 10% citadel damage, and 100% fire damage. And of course your sonar is 3 minutes lasting, and your smoke generator is American. So that's nice. So that's the London. As well, we will talk about commander build for my London. Bruce Fraser inspirations Takeo Takagi. Phoenix is his main trait. Increase the maximum amount of HP restored by the repair party consumable. So that's in addition why the repair party is so good. Isakuro Yamamoto enhance the armor piercing capabilities of your cruiser shells. Beyond range, igniter, which adds 2.5% chance. So if you minus that, your base chance is 15%. Punch through for your AP, cruiser's main AP shell damage, and cruiser AP shell penetration multiplier. And fixated. And I'm running fully packed, so you get the extra heal, the extra smoke, and the extra sonar. So that is the London for you guys. Now we will take a look at the other tier 5 premium cruiser, the Exeter. Stats only, so keep that in mind. Here are these stats. Survivability 29,400, which is significant less, 5,000 actually. Armor is 6 to 140 millimeters, which is actually greater armor, and your torpedo reduction is the same. This time you get the 203s, but you only get 6 of them instead of the 8. Your firing range is 14.3. Your reload is 12 seconds instead of the 15, but you do sacrifice the 3 guns, which take it as you will. I think that already gives the ship a disadvantage. So it, in my opinion, this ship's got to show some sort of thing, right? Your HE damage is base 2850, which means that you can use things to upgrade it. So it is the exact same HE as London, and your AP shell damage base is 4550. And with the upgrades that I have on Bruce Fraser, you could probably get that to the same as London. So as far as damage-wise goes and fire chance, with my commander build, it's going to be the exact same thing. So basically, you just have a 3-second reload for minus 2 guns. Sorry, because it is a 3x2 format. So you lose 2 guns and gain a 3-second reload over the London, which I'm not a big fan of. You have 2x3 at 533 millimeters. Your torpedo reload is a lot quicker, and your maximum damage is also better, but your torpedo detectability is increased by 0.1 kilometer. So if you care about that, then that's a huge deal. And if you don't, well then good for you. Torpedo range is 8 kilometers, a full 1 kilometer ahead, and torpedo speed is 2 kilometers faster. Your A8 defense is hot garbage on this thing. Your maximum speed is 32 knots, 650 meters, and a 6.1 second rudder shift. So if you like very shifty and movable destroyers, the Exeter is probably the better option, as the London is quite clumsy, as you'll see in the next game. Detectability by sea is 11 kilometers, including the camos, so that's not nice. 6.1 kilometers still in smoke, so the same thing as the London. and 6.6 by air, so a zero point 0.1 kilometer less. But you do gain 0.6 kilometers out at sea. Armor is the exact same thing, 16 millimeters aft and bow, 13 in the superstructure, 25 in the turrets. So we can just delete all that, and 19 side plating, and your citadel is lower and towards the rear end of the ship. So that's pretty much all the Exeter is just is a skinnier London with better torpedoes, a better reload, but you do sacrifice the gun. And here are some notable things. Torpedoes can be launched for 1 by 1. Sequential, that is a British thing. Big gun. Ship is armed with high caliber main battery guns. Yes, sir. And extended sonar, which is actually the exact same thing as the London. Unfortunately, I do not have the ship, so it will not tell me the loadout. So I don't know if it has smoke or not, and we'll compare the heals and all that. But, just looking at pure stats, the London takes the cake. But again, the heal could be base. It could be like insanely good heal. But I highly doubt that, as it doesn't even have that as its stats. It doesn't even have that as an overview. Versus the London, it already has that as an overview. So I highly doubt that the Exeter's heal is better. And the sonar it's got going for them. And I'm pretty sure the Exeter has smoke. If it doesn't, well then, yeah, clearly the London is better so far. But that doesn't matter how it's going to hold up in the game. And I will talk about key features of the London and what type of player should buy it. And if it's worth it. And should you buy the London or Exeter? The question will finally be answered in today's video with Ocean. So anyway, we'll get straight into this game. But remember, if you've gotten this far into the video, please like and subscribe. And any comments down there that can help me out, like does the Exeter have a smoke screen and what does its heel look like? I will put this is what you're comparing to as far as what my build is. So keep that in mind. If the repair party is better already on the base Exeter, then I think the Exeter's got something to, it's got something to compete about. Anyway. Hey guys, it is VO Ocean. VO standing for voiceover Ocean. So, hopefully you guys like the intro. It was definitely an interesting one, as you guys can tell. It was a bit unorganized, but, this is the only time I can squeeze in, and I really wanted to get you guys a video for tomorrow, or as of recording, so today is now Thursday. For you guys who are interested, I record a day before I post. We'll see if this will become a premiere. If it will, it's going to be about 10 a.m. Pacific time, something like that. So, anyway, we will be talking about the London. As you guys saw before, we were talking about the Exeter and the London, and so far the London is the better ship. Purely at looking at stats, obviously I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the Exeter has a smoke screen. I'm almost 99% sure it has a smoke screen. As of 30 minutes of researching, I'm like 99% sure that, well, actually I should say 100%, right? Because I saw the smoke screen. So I'm 100% sure that the Exeter has a smoke screen. So that's what the Exeter's got going for it. I'm not sure what the heel looks like, but I think the heel on the London is slightly better. Anyway, our idea in this game was to fire and get behind an island, use some cover, because as you guys can tell from the armor viewer, this ship does not take damage very kindly. This ship has very, very weak armor. If you get caught by a battleship angled or broadside or anything of the sorts, you will get citadeled, but you do have a great heal to offset that. And of course you have these smoke screens to hide yourself. But some things I wanted to add on the HE. Of course, this is British HE, so you get half penetration on HE, which means that you can get some wickedly good salvos of HE, even if you're not getting fires or anything, even if you're aiming at like a Bowen, Königsberg, as you'll see later on in the video, or even a angled Aoba. You will see that later on the video. I will also say that this match is a thrilling one. It's a nail biter at the end, but obviously I will let you guys know what happens, because I've been trying desperately to do this one campaign mission, which is the finish first in XP in both teams 3 times. Basically what it is just get first place on your team 3 times, because unless, I mean, it's very rare that you're on the losing team and you get more XP than the winning team. So basically, just win the game and be on first place. That's all you have to do. So this salvo of AP, which is a very underwhelming here. That's just 4 overpens on the Citadel armor. That's very unfortunate here. And then by the time we shoot again, the torpedoes get there, and you see they relaunch, and yeah, we fire, sorry, and then that doesn't work out. So we try to get this Königsberg, and then he's angling out. So then we try and wait for this Nuremberg to go. But anyway, we will go back into the 3 things we're going to talk about, which is what's my opinion on the ship. I forgot to add that in the intro. But my opinion on the ship, you're either going to have great games in it, or you're going to have bad games in it. There's really no in between. A lot of it is up to matchmaking, which I really don't like, because, you know, wargaming doesn't really like to give you good matchmaking half the time. And the reason why I say that is because if you're in a game with more than 5 battleships, most likely whatever side you spawn, there's going to be a battleship. And it's very hard to not take very significant damage from a battleship. Angled, broadside, whatever. This ship just cannot handle significant heavy salvos, which means that if you have a battleship that is somewhat competent, and yeah, you just get smacked. And also, this ship sucks at brawling. If you're a fan of the York and the Hipper, yeah, this is a ship that you probably don't want to get, because its armor is just not meant for brawling. It's just not the brawling cruiser type. As you'll see later on, I make it work. It almost failed, but I made it work, and that's literally probably the only reason why we had a chance at winning, because of what Ocean did. Although I will say that if Ocean was slightly smarter, we probably would have ended up winning. But I didn't notice that my Nuremberg had 54 health. But that's besides the point. The next question is, what type of player should buy this ship? I think a player that understands how to angle very well in light cruisers, because this, even though it's a heavy cruiser, the armor is just garbage. So you really got to know how to angle, pick and choose your fights. Also a person with good map awareness, which is literally both of these things that I've just said makes this a ship that is not tailored for Ocean. So if you guys play like me, very casual, just nonchalant, just shooting at things, yeah, you guys probably don't want to get this ship. You guys are wondering, well, then Ocean, how'd you get this ship? I got this ship from the Royal Navy crates on the campaign. So that's how I got it. I got it for completely free, which means that that's a win-win, right? You get a free premium ship, and you actually have a good game, and you make a YouTube video out of it. That's basically all you need to do with the ship. I'm obviously kidding, right? You gotta play it a lot. But I think the London is somewhat fun to play. Even though I just mentioned things that I'm not good at doing, I still have decent games in it. I kind of personally like the London. Every once in a while, get myself to really think of a game, you know. It also helps that this team was just absolutely full of potatoes on both sides, so it made me look better than I actually was this match. I mean, this Iron Duke literally volunteered himself to get farmed, like, the entire time. Like, the entire match, he volunteered himself to get farmed. And same thing with this Aoba, man. This Aoba met the insanely good HE penetration. Like, he was just getting abused at a steep angle for my HE. Which is why I think that the British line is good. Or, well, the British cruisers, Devonshire heavy cruiser line with HE, and as well as battleships, because you can't angle against HE, right? You can't angle against that, because HE does that to you on an Aoba that was steeply angled 4 penetrations. Like, you know, that's good stuff right there. And with the incredibly good fire chance, like, British HE is beautiful. It's just something gorgeous. So if you guys are looking for a line to pick up on, I would suggest the alternate British heavy cruiser line. That is a line that I would suggest. The alternative line, the British heavy cruisers, versus the light cruisers, which are just AP slingers, which they're good in their own right, but I do think the heavy cruisers are much better, especially when you get to Albemarle. Also, I was gonna say, is this ship worth it? It's a really tough ship to really say it. anything because again, it just depends so much on how the enemy plays, and nowadays with Legends just like somewhat, I'm pretty sure that the people in the enemy team are like Spartan and like high cal all the time. I don't know if you guys have the same problem, but my matchmaking is dumb. Like, I like the enemy team has like Spartan and like Aaron and like Hive. They basically have all the CCs, and then my team is left with like Ocean and Flix. Cough cough. Sorry, Flix. I had to insert that because Ocean won the 1v1. Let's go. Anyway, that's again besides the point. But yeah, teams are just awful, and I think that this ship really struggles if your team does bad, because it is very much like the Orkin. You know how CC say it's a support ship, you know, you can't really go on your own in this thing. It's kind of like that. It's very team reliant, which means that this ship, I would suggest and I would say, is very worth it at tier 5, because tier 5 is a great tier to get ships in. If you're looking for tier 5 premiums, I would say people that should buy this play in divisions constantly, have a decent awareness of the map. They know how to switch between shell types, and they're overall not dumb players. I mean, I'm gonna say that I'm a dumb player, and I still get good results in this thing. So it's not, you know, it's not the end of the world if you're an Ocean caliber player, which we'll say is below 50% of the player base. So if you're above 50% of the player base, you'll do incredibly well with this thing. And if you're like me, I think you can do alright in this thing, especially if teams play like this. But I do think that if you're a division player, if you know how to angle and really pay attention to your map, you will really enjoy this ship, as this ship just enjoys punishing bad play. So that is exactly what I did this match. You'll see I get over 100k in this match. Unfortunately, we take the L because I didn't realize how low health our Nuremberg was. If our Nuremberg had even just a bit more health, we probably would have squeezed the victory, but unfortunately we lose a heartbreaker. But yeah, I think that this ship is very worth it if you're a division player and you know what you're doing in cruisers. Do I think it's something you need to pick up right now in this moment before like they nerf it or something? Nah, I don't think Wargaming's gonna nerf this ship. This ship is hated by a lot of CCs. It's a very underrated ship. A lot of people prefer the Exeter, but obviously we just did the test on the Exeter, and as far as stats goes, it's actually inferior in a lot of ways to the Exeter. So that's something very interesting, right? You know, you assume that the ship that everybody prefers would just be outright better, and there you see I turned on my sonar. I'm like, wait, where's my smoke? Didn't realize I clicked the left D-pad there. I thought I clicked on my smoke screen, but like, you know, obviously we did the test. Obviously I would like to know how good the heal is. Maybe we can do further research and I'll put it in the Discord. Also, I will put the link down below in the comment section for the Discord for you guys. And so public service announcement for our Discord / our channel. We do have a clan now, so that's great. So if you guys want to be a member of the clan, first you have to be a member of the Discord. So click the link down below. It will only last the day after publishing this video. I should hopefully publish at least once a week. So if you don't get to the Discord the first week, like the week I posted this video, then next week come back. Make sure you subscribe also to make sure you get notified instantly, so you don't have to guess to see if you made the 1-day cutoff, and just instantly click on the link of Discord and make it there. But yeah, we are definitely looking for some clan players and stuff like that, and also our Discord is a cool place to hang out. Get notified when I get live on Twitch. I also have a Twitch. Visit me at OceanBruiser325. There I stream chess and plethora of other things. Eventually my baseball games will be on Twitch and stuff like that, so that's good news. But yes, overall the London is a solid 7.5, so I will keep my overall score like I did on the stats. So I think the stats translate to game, and so that's a good thing. Again, I don't know what I don't have the Exeter, so you guys who have the Exeter and the London, comment down below which one did you prefer. But as far as what I looked at, the stats, how I feel about the gameplay of the ship, I think overall that the London is just a slightly better ship in my opinion. But for you guys who have the Exeter, and the London, please comment down below which one do you guys prefer, because obviously I don't have both of them, I just have the London. But yeah, I'm a huge believer in stats, and I think that this ship performs itself really good. And this is the situation here. This is like the game-winning crunch here. Unfortunately, whatever our other cruiser, the other battleship, sorry, the Byron, if he didn't die, we probably end up winning this game, because here I thought our Nuremberg was full health. I never bothered to check, but basically I think my problem was that I focused too much on this Iron Duke, and I should have just let this Iron Duke just die to my torpedoes and just kill the Nuremberg. You see the Nuremberg to the left of me who just got spotted. I should have kept shooting him, but I just thought our Nuremberg was going to kill him, but then after the match I ended up finding out that he had 54 HP, and obviously our Nuremberg was just not smart enough to try and dodge his shells or even try to win. He just ended up staying in the cap. I'm not going to show you guys all that. That's too boring. So we're going to show you guys getting the YOLO off. I got the YOLO off on the Iron Duke here. So that's great news. We were able to kill the Iron Duke, and we tried to focus on the Nuremberg. If we had HE loaded, we'd probably get a good salvo in. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below if you have the London and Exeter. Tell me which one you prefer, and also the Discord will be in the link. So all that is nice, and I should get a video on the update as well. 3 fires, oof. Confederate high caliber. And anyway, thank you guys for riding the waves with Ocean Breeze. And shout out to our channel partners, Elite 85, Flix Wows, and Migman King. Shout out to them, go subscribe. And remember, if you guys enjoyed the content, subscribe, like, and join our Discord. See you guys.